also use another acceptable basis, provided they are approved by, of course, the department that requires said reporting. Okay? Now, isa-isahin po natin yung mga key differences po as we go deeper sa ating topic. Okay? All right. Then, isasend ko pa pala yung mga problems natin. So, mamaya, i-cover po natin. Okay? Accounting problems. Una, PF for SME. Major distinctions. So, isa-isa po yung mga accounts na nating ipa-follow, no? Ito yung mga major distinctions natin. Let's first start with the components of the FS. When the only changes to the equity are a result of profit or loss, payment of dividends, prior period errors, changes in accounting policy, and SME is permitted but not required to present a single statement of income and retained earnings, instead of both a statement of comprehensive income and statement of changes in equity. So, isa tong special rule. Kapag po ang isang industriya, teka, emerge ko lang. Balik ulit. Kaya, pangat kasi ng itsura. Makikita niyo na pag sinend ko to, no? Okay. So yun ito yung isang rule. Pagdating sa financial statement for the income statement, okay? Kapag po ang profits nila, the only change are a result of profit or loss, payment of dividends, prior period error, changes in accounting policy, and SME is permitted. Actually, an SME is permitted but not required to present a single statement of income and RE lang. Hindi nila kailangan mag-send ng statement of comprehensive income and statement of changes in owner's equity. Okay, yan yung rule. Medyo boring, no? Rule kasi yan Next rule. Statement of financial position. Same line items for SMEs and full PFRS, except that the following line are not required for SMEs. Okay? So, ano yung mga wala sa kanila? Wala silang total assets classified as held for sale. They cannot use this PFRS. Okay? They cannot use the total asset classified as held for sale. Pangalawa, total liabilities included in disposal group classified as held for sale. As SMEs are not required or are not allowed to use the PFRS number 7. 7 ba? Hindi. Financial. Yung 7 kasi is PFRS number 7 is statement of cash flow, no? Yung non-current asset held for sale, I think that's in particular sa PFRS number 5. So, kapag yung dalawa na yan, ipinagbabawal, syempre, SMEs do not report under PFRS number 5, that is non-current asset held for sale. Okay? Yan yung wala sa kanila. Marami to, no? Marami to. Next, OCI. Okay? Under PFRS for SMEs, the components of OCI include, this is different from your regular PFRS. PFRS follows, or full PFRS follows this as their other comprehensive income. This is your CARAT. CARAT, cash flow hedge. Actuarial gain or loss on plan asset or defined benefit obligation, or revaluation surplus, okay, available for sale securities. This was under PAS number 39. Now, PFRS 9 called FA, FB, OCI. So, yan yung ano na, no, yung tawag. CARAT, no, letter T. Translation. Gain or loss on consolidated financial statements of foreign subsidiaries. And yan po, no? This is under full PFRS. Pero ano ba ang OCI sa mata ng SME? Sa SME, ito po ang ating mga SMEs. Ito po yung ating mga OCI item. Una, pasok po si translation. OCI siya. Okay? Ito TAR, no? Ang pwede, translation, actuarial, at evaluation. Okay? Ito yung pwede nila gawin for SMEs. Okay? Yan yung pinaka-major distinction sa kanilang statement of other comprehensive income. Okay? Now, take note natin. Meron din tayong tinatawag na recycling. Ang recycling for SME, ito lang po. Change in fair value of hedging. Actually, pwede pa pala. Sige, huwag ko na lang iyan sa cycling, no? Baka mahilo kayo. Ito po. Change in fair value of hedging instruments. Okay? Kasi dito, cash flow hedge. If you remember in your advanced accounting, dalawa po yan. We have your cash flow hedge and your fair value hedge. So, ang ginagamit lang po natin is your cash flow hedge. Okay, next. Next distinction po natin. Okay, let's go to number 4. PFRS number 5. This is non-current asset held for sale. SMEs do not follow or use this standard in their application. Okay, wala po silang PFRS number 5. Next, we have PAS number 2. That is your inventories. Ano yung rule? Okay? An SME shall measure inventories at the lower of cost or estimated selling price less cost to sell or cost to sell and complete. Yan. If estimated selling price less cost to sell and complete, okay, is lower than cost, the write-down is recorded as an impairment loss. This is PAS number 36. Okay? Note natin dito, distinction with full PFRS is that inventories under full PFRS report an allowance for inventory write-down. Okay? They report an allowance for inventory write-down. And minsan, minsan they charge the cost of goods sold or impairment based on materiality. However, sa full PFRS, impairment na po lahat yan. Okay? Impairment na po. Next. Initial measurement of basic financial instruments. So this is pertaining to PFRS number 13. Okay? 13 ba? Actually, marami siya eh. PFRS number. Marami tayong financial instruments actually eh. Hindi lang siya eh. PFRS number 9, PFRS number 13 kasi fair value. Okay? Yan. Magka-partner yan. No? And PAS number 39. Ano yung distinction nitong standard pagdating po sa SME? Okay? The SME provides that the basic financial instruments are initially measured at the transaction price, including transaction cost. However, if the instrument is measured at fair value through profit and loss, FBPL, okay, kapag in FBPL po nila to, the transaction cost is expensed immediately. Okay? So parang pareho lang, no? Parehong-pareho lang. Right? Ganyan rin naman ginagawa natin sa financial instruments natin. Next distinction, subsequent measurements. Okay? Of PAS 39, PFRS 13, and PFRS 9. So ito initial measurement, ito subsequent measurement, no? Okay. Debt instruments are measured at amortized cost, and investment in non-putable ordinary shares and investments in investments in convertible investments in non-convertible and non-putable explain ko mamaya yung putable na yan. No? Putable preference shares are measured at fair value through profit and loss. if the share is publicly listed or if the fair value can be measured reliably without undue cost. Kumbaga, mabilis mo lang malaman yung value, isang Google mo lang, okay, or effort. Otherwise, such investments shall be measured at cost less net of impairment loss. So yan, isang very, very big distinction. Okay? Very big distinction. Cost model ang sinasabi nito. Okay, cost model. Number 8. PAS number 36. Paano niya ina-apply? Okay? Of financial, dito na lang impairment, no? Of financial instruments. Now, take note. If you remember in your financial accounting po, investments po are not impaired at year end, no? Bakit? Investments po under the fair value model will never be impaired because they are following what? They are following the standards reported under a fair value model. And the fair value model will not and will never record any impairment because you are following the fair market value. Any changes between the cost and the fair value is reported as a loss or gain, unrealized loss or gain that is reported in the profit or loss. Yun po, no? Isa sa mga major requirement po natin in regards po sa ating impairment, no? Very, very good distinction. Now, ano ba ang importante for impairment? The PFRS for SMEs provides that for a basic financial instrument measured at cost less impairment, the impairment loss is the difference between the carrying value of the asset and the best estimate of the amount that would be recovered if said asset were to be sold today. So parang fair value din ang hinahanap. Okay? Kapag mag-i-impair ka. So ang hinahanap mo dito, selling price. Okay? Selling price. Hindi mo po hinahanap yung fair value per se. Bakit, sir? Kasi usually, yung mga investments ng mga SMEs or investments sa mga instruments that are not listed kasi or ng mga SMEs, no? They do not have a very active market and thus the fair market values nila at year end are not easily attainable. So yan yung parang isang basic distinction din. Kaya para sa kanila, ang impairment nila will be, okay, dito, carrying value versus the best estimate, okay? Best estimate, that would have been recovered. Okay? So again, ibig sabihin kapag best estimate, this is pointing out selling price less cost to sell. Okay, now let's go to PAS number 28. Ano distinction? Investment in associate. PAS 28, investment in associate. SME shall account for the investment in associates using any of the cost model, equity model, or, ito, very different, fair value model. Pwede rin daw po. Okay? And using the same accounting policy for all investments in associate. Ibig sabihin, if the SME is to classify one investment in ASOC under cost model, it must apply to all other investment in ASOC. Okay? So dapat yung rule niyan kalat. Let's go to number 10 distinction. This is investment property. PAS number 40. Pasa 40. Investment property. Under PFRS for SMEs, investment properties are measured at fair value if the fair value can be measured reliably without undue cost or effort on an ongoing basis. So parang ibig sabihin, hindi ganun ka-hassle po. Okay? The cost model is used when the fair value cannot be measured reliably without undue cost or effort. Kapag nahihirapan po ang ating company na makahanap po ng reliable estimate or reliable fair market value or reliable value per se ng ating investment property, they shall use the cost model. Okay? Cost model. So yan, di ba nakakalito? Ang dami niyang rules, no? Kaya siya mahirap, no? And hanggang number 20 tayo. Okay? Hanggang number 20 to. Okay, let's go to government grant. Okay, government grant. So if you remember, ano po yung government grant? Ang government grant, ito po yung binibigay po ng gobyerno sa ating mga company in regards to siguro isang tulong, isang donation, o kaya may purpose po kaya sila nagbibigay ng property na ito. No. So, ang PAS number, ano bang PAS to? Number 20. Government grant. Government grant. Lagay ko dito, pass number 20. So, kayo na bahala mag-organize nito, no? Kapag sinend ko na sa inyo. Kasi hindi to pagkasunod-sunod. Naalala ko lang to, no? PAS number 20, under government grant, letter A, okay, we have, under SMEs, a government grant is recognized when the conditions are actually satisfied. Grants received before the recognition criteria are met is recognized as a liability. A government grant, a GG, okay, that does not impose any condition on the SME is recognized as income when the grant proceeds are received. So, is there a distinction? Parang wala, no? Kapag po ang government grant hindi po nagbigay ng condition, talagang income po lahat yan. However, saan po pumapasok yung distinction niya? Mamaya, check natin. Pareho lang naman, no? Parehong-pareho lang po. Pasabi po ako nagka-copy. Nakatapat ako sa electric pan eh. Hindi ko alam kung copy ako. Okay, letter B. PFRS for SMEs. Does not allow an entity to match the grant recognized as income over the periods with the expense for which it is intended to compensate for the cost of the asset that is used to finance. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Okay? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin, kapag SME po, kunwari, nagbigay po siya ng pera, tapos may purpose po, di ba ina-amortize po natin yung grant? Sa SMEs, okay? Sa SMEs, hindi daw niya pwedeng i-match yung income sa expense kung saan na-incur yung expense. Kunwari, yung government nagbigay po sa iyo ng isang 500,000 pesos. Tapos sinabi lang sa iyo, gamitin mo to para sa pagpapatayo ng ditong windmill. O kaya ng ganitong proyekto. Tapos yung proyekto po is expected to last 5 years. Under the normal government grant, you are expected to amortize the profit over the expense over the useful life of the grant period. SMEs, however, are not allowed. Kapag nakatanggap na ng pera, i-record mo na po. Bakit ganun, sir? Kasi small business ka and the government, syempre, isa sa pinaka-sinusuportahan po ng gobyerno, yung mga SME natin. Bakit kailangan suportahan ang mga SME, sir? Kailangan silang suportahan. Kasi kapag yung mga SME po bumagsak, malaki rin yung factor. Mas marami pong SME sa bansa kaysa sa top corporations. Tandaan yan. At minsan, ginagamit din po natin yung SME para makapag-tax evasion. No? Marami po akong kilalang mga kliyente na nag-acquire po ng SME for the purpose of their NOLCO or for the purpose of their tax deductibility. So, yeah. Yun yung ginagawa nila. No? Next, letter C. PFRS for SMEs does not have as an option to treat a grant-related asset as either a deferred charge or a reduction in the carrying amount of the asset. So kapag may government grant, if you remember, di ba, kapag may government grant, you can have the option to recognize the expense over the period. Or you can deduct the expense over the useful life of the asset received. No, ang nakalagay dyan, kapag government grant sa SME, recognize po lahat. Okay? Recognize po agad lahat as revenue kapag satisfied na po ang requirement ng government sa SME. Kapag na-satisfy na po, i-report mo na po as income. Okay? Bakit naman again, sir? Kasi nga purpose yan for reporting as a macroeconomic approach. And when I say macroeconomic, kumbaga, the bigger picture kasi. For the bigger picture po, the government wants you to report all of it as income para kapag na-report mo po lahat yun as income, mare-report mo po siya ng buo. Okay? Mare-report mo siya ng buo at yung government's GDP will be affected. Kaya ganun sila. Next, your borrowing cost. Okay? Borrowing cost. So, ang borrowing cost, the PAS is PAS number 23. Okay? Sir, memorize mo ba lahat ng standard? Hindi po, no? Ginugoogle ko muna before ako magklase. Memorize ko muna yung standards. Hindi niyo po kailangan i-memorize yung number, pero maangas, no? Maangas, kunwari, meron kang classmate, tapos, ito, PAS number 2. Yeah. Angas mo tignan, di ba? Mukha kang god of accounting. Pero, pangyabang lang, no? Pang ano yan, pang flex lang po yan. Wala po yung benefit. Hindi naman sa board exam, possible pong magtanong ng standard diretso. Hindi niya ibibigay yung concept, sabihin, under PAS number 2, what is the subsequent measurement? Diretsong ganun, standard lang. So kapag ganun, syempre, malaking factor kapag memorize mo. So, going back, borrowing cost. So PFRS for SMEs, treat all borrowing costs as an outright expense and not capitalized on their particular qualifying asset. 13. Okay, PAS number 38, intangible assets. Okay, intangible assets. Past 38 ba yun actually? Yeah. Past 38. Okay, intangible assets. So, ano yung mga rules niya? Intangible assets are measured subsequently under the cost model only. Tandaan nyo, the intangible assets po can be subject to revaluation. Okay? Under the full PFRS. But under SME po, cost model only. Next. The useful life of an intangible asset is considered to be finite. When I say finite, limited. Okay, limited. If the useful life of an intangible asset cannot be estimated reliably, the useful life is determined by the best estimate of management but must not exceed 10 years. Implication. This implies that goodwill, an undepreciable, unamortizable asset, will be amortized under SME over a period of 10 years or management decision whichever is lower. So ito, very particular po. Ang goodwill po, ini-impair po. Okay? Ay, ini-impair. Ina-amortize po. Okay? Na-amortize po ang goodwill kapag po PFRS for SME po tayo. E. Under the PFRS, all intangible assets, including goodwill, is amortized. Okay? So yan, sinabi ko na, no? Naglagay tayo ng implication. So alam natin before, for full PFRS, goodwill is not amortized. Okay, ngayon, alam na natin na yung goodwill ina-amortize. No? Alam na natin na yung goodwill ina-amortize. Okay, next tayo, R&D. R&D. Research and development. Actually, research and development can be seen as intangible, as part of intangible assets, no? Makikita mo siya sa standard ng intangible assets. So, 14, R, research and development. Ano yung implication niya dito? So, when it comes to research, all research and development costs are expensed immediately. Immediately. When incurred. Note natin, as a distinction to full PFRS, R&D is tested for purpose and can be capitalized. But SMEs record them as expense. Okay, ang R&D kasi sa full PFRS, di ba? Minsan kinakapitalize po. But under SME, expense po. Next, so this is a little bit of a distinction kanina, no? We were under PAS number 36, no? Now we go back to PAS number 36 for impairment of assets. So in general na po. Kanina kasi financial instrument. So, intangible assets, including goodwill, are tested for impairment when there is an indication that the asset may be impaired. This is a clear distinction to the requirement of PAS number 36, where impairment is tested every year or when there is a indication. Ang PFRS for SME, hindi po. Kapag lang po meron tayong indication. Yun lang po yung kailangan nating rule. Okay? Yan lang po. Next tayo. Let's go to employee benefits. PAS number 17. No? 17 ba? I think 17. 19 pala to, no? 19 employee benefits. PAS number 19. So, kapag 19 pinag-uusapan natin, this is in particular po sa ating defined benefit obligation. So, ano rule? Actuarial gain or losses under full or PFRS for SMEs, okay, are recognized in the profit or loss or OCI. May or, no? May or. Kasi meron niyang depende pa, no? Depende pa. Next, number 17. So this is usually based sa gusto ng SME. 17. Lease accounting, this is your favorite, no? PFRS number 17. 16. PAS number 17. Leases, no? So when we talk about leases, lease accounting. Under SME, the lease shall classify the lease as operating or finance based on the transfer of risk and rewards incidental to ownership. So dito papasok yung lumang standard natin. This is PT, BPO 75 and 90. Okay, PT is your title, transfer, bargain purchase option, 75% of useful life will be utilized by the lease, and 90% of the minimum or the present value of minimum lease payment. Okay? Wait, 90%. Hindi pala. 90% of fair value is less than or equal to the present value of minimum lease payments. If any of the lease complies to at least one of this requirement, the lease is deemed to be a finance lease. Okay? Very important. Next. Share-based compensation. Okay? Share-based compensation. So, a share-based compensation, if you remember, no? Share-based compensation. Teka, saan ako? Lumampas to. Ay, sa PFRS na pala ito. PFRS number 2. Share-based payments. So, anong rule pagdating po dito? PFRS for SMEs shall use the share options or shall measure the share options at fair value on the date of grant. Tapos, dahil po yung shares ng SME is not listed, possible po na hindi tayo makakuha ng share value or portion ng share-based compensation. At dahil hindi po tayo makakuha ng reliable source of value ng share-based compensation, the intrinsic value. Okay? is not mentioned as an alternative formula. If you remember, kapag po nag-issue tayo ng share-based compensation at yung ating shares ay hindi po ma-measure ng maayos yung share option, the company can use the fair value of the shares issued less the option to compute for a possible intrinsic value. The intrinsic value right now is no longer considered when it comes to PFRS number 2 for SMEs. Next tayo. Okay? Actually, nasa last part na yata tayo eh. No? Last part. Oo, last part na tayo. 20. 20 ba yan? 20. Yeah. So, last part na tayo. Let's go to PFRS number 6. PFRS 6. PFRS number 6 is going to cover the requirements of what, sir? The requirement of exploration and evaluation of mineral resources, depletion accounting. Okay? The intangible exploration and evaluation asset is measured using the cost model only. Okay, yan yung depletable asset po natin. Ang sabi, cost model lang po. Again, possible kasi mag-revaluation model dito. Okay, next. However, the tangible exploration and evaluation asset is measured either cost or rev model. Kapag intangible exploration, kumbaga, it's talking about the value intrinsic to the exploration. Kumbaga, yung value na determine lang natin intrinsically. Hindi po to yung asset for exploration. Okay? Kumbaga, na-determine lang yung value ng property through estimates. Bawal mo pong i-revaluation yon. However, kapag po physical exploration cost, pwede po natin gamitin ang cost model or revaluation model. Okay? And the last part, Diyos ko, natapos din. 20. Reconciliation required. Reconciliation of equity under the previous accounting basis to the entity under PFRS for SMEs, both at the, kapag magre-reconcile tayo, date of transition to SME and end of the latest reporting period. Okay? Next, reconciliation of P&L under the previous accounting basis to the P&L under full PFRS for SMEs at the end of the latest reporting period. So yan na po yung ating buong SME, no? Sinulat lang natin lahat ng rules. And this will be covering all of your requirements for SMEs. Now, let's have a little bit of an application. So, give me a few minutes as I upload your quiz. As I upload the problem. So, mag-whiteboard po tayo. Okay? Ang dami, no? Ang dami pong rules. Napakaraming rules po ang PFRS for SMEs. Actually, ang SME guys, madali lang. Okay? Madaling-madali lang yan. Para ka lang nag-accounting lang. Okay? Para ka lang nag-accounting. Walang pinagkaiba. Hindi natin. Bigyan ko kayo ng tatlong comprehensive problem tapos punta na tayo sa accounting for income tax. Wait lang ha. Ma-attach yung file. Wait lang ha. Wait lang guys, wait lang. Yung file ko ayaw gumana. Ano ba? Ayan, nakuha ko na. Ayos. Wait ka lang yung whiteboard, no? Teka lang mag-whiteboard. Sagutan na natin yung question. I-attach ko lang yung mga questions dito. I'll break time lang muna, no? Hinga-hinga saglit. Ilang questions kaya sagutan natin? Mga tatlo, no? Tatlo. One, two, okay, let's go. Go to the whiteboard. Okay. First question. An SME provides the following data. Unang gawin po natin is i-total po natin yung debits and credits para malaman kung may mali po. And actually, i-account natin ng maayos, no? So in this first problem, problem number 1, tinatanong po total current assets. So ano naman mga current assets natin? Number 1, cash. 26,000. Delete. Yan. Cash, 26,000. Accounts receivable, 530,000 pesos. Prepayments, pag silent, presumed to be current, 60,000. Inventories, 60, ay, 60? Oh, 60,000 din. Investment in ASOC, hindi, no, hindi. Hindi siya current. Aha. Deferred taxes. Wala na, no? So that's your total current assets. Next, let's go to current liability. Current liability, ay current, non-current asset na muna pala tayo. Non-current asset. Gagawin ko palang FS, no? We have your investment in ASOC. That is 110,000 pesos. Next, we have PPE, net of amortization, if any, no? So, 3,250 minus accumulated depreciation and impairment, intangible asset, software. Magkano siya? 700,000 pesos, net of impairment. That is 690,000 pesos. Next, deferred taxes. So, deferred tax, always non-current. Wala namang binigay na situation na non-current siya. Bank overdraft, mamaya na po. Tingin pa tayo. Sa kabila, wala namang sigurong kakaiba. Okay? Wala. Oo, wala. So, wala po. Now, dahil wala po, let's go now to current liabilities. So, this is your total non-current asset. Let's go to your current liability. We have your trade payable. Trade payable po, that is 430,000 pesos. Bank overdraft. Pag silent, lagi po yung current in nature. Kasi yung bangko gusto maningil. Interest payable. Pag silent, payable immediately. 2,000 pesos. Current tax liability. Current tax liability. Oo, current tax expense to. Hindi to deferred tax liab. So that's 270,000 pesos. Provision for warranty. Provisions are usually non-current if silent. Okay? Next, we have employee benefit obligation. This is not defined benefit obligation. Okay? Hindi yan defined benefit obligation. Iba po ito. Ako, iba po yan. So, we have your employee benefit obligation, current portion, 4,000. Lagay natin. Then, after employee benefit obligation, meron tayong lease liability, current portion. So, that is 20,000 pesos. And wala na po. Total current liability. Now let's go to your total non-current liability. Okay? Non-current liability. Ano yung mga non-current na nakikita natin dito? Going back, we have bank loan payable in 2024 and prepayable without penalty. Okay? Excuse me. So this is automatically non-current bank loan. Bakit, sir? Payable immediately kapag gusto mo. Dahil utang yan, syempre, presumption, hindi natin babayaran agad. Next, provision for warranty. Kapag silent po, ang provisions po ay non-current in nature. Next, we have a obligation that is 6,000 pesos. Tapos, meron din tayong finance lease liability that is 24,000 pesos. And we're done. Total non-current liability. Total natin. And sa baba, sheet. So in this problem, madali lang naman, given naman yung sheet. No? We have your share capital. That is 30,000 pesos. And your retained earnings. That is 2,430. Total sheet. Continue nyo, walang nagkaiba. Kasi ganyan madalas yung tanong sa SME. Halos wala nagkaiba. Okay, total assets. Total liability. Total sheet and liability. Okay? So, bakit pinag-balance, no? Parang sadyang hindi yan magbabalance. Or may naiwan ako.
So yung software po, sir, parang naging 690.
Ano ba na-add?
690 po yung amount.
690 na lang. Wait. Oo nga, no? 10,000 lang. Check ko pa ulit, no? Baka may mali ako na click. Going back, cash 26, AR 530, prepayment 60, inventory 60, investment in ASOC 110, property plant equipment 255, that is 3,250 net of 700,000, software net of amortization 10,000 pesos, okay, deferred tax asset 4,000 pesos. That's the total. Okay. Bila, check natin. Wait, baka hindi ko na-add yung current liability. Yeah. Ayan, balance na. So, ayan po, yung total sheet and liability, and of course, your total assets. Now, ingat po sa pagko-compute, right? Ingat po. Dapat balanse po yan kapag ganito yung style ng problem. Pag hindi po balanse, possible na may mali tayo nagawa. Next tayo, ito, mas malaki pong problem, or mas mahabang problem. What is the profit for the year ended December 31, 2021? So, this is problem number 2. So, kapag gagawa po tayo ng statement of net income, we have your sales, your cost of goods sold, your gross profit, and syempre, i-detail natin yung expenses. So, first, let's go to sales. Ang sales natin, 6.7 million pesos. Okay, 6.7 million pesos. Hindi naman ito 67, no? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cost of goods sold, may binigay? Yes, 5.1 million pesos. Okay, so our gross profit is 1.6 million pesos. Next natin, check natin yung ano pa ba? Actually wala na, no? I-detail na po natin yung mga possible expenses po natin. Okay? Detail na po natin. So first, we have dividend received from an associate. So dividend income. Kasi cost model ang ginagamit, so yung dividend received from associate is considered to be revenue. Di ba sanay tayong hindi siya revenue? Pero kapag po under cost model, under SME, pwede po yung i-record as revenue, diretso. We have gain on disposal of property. Gain on disposal. Or gain on sale po, ibig sabihin yan. 60,000 pesos. Next po, we have distribution cost. This is an expense that is 175. Okay, distribution cost. Next, we have administrative expenses, including amortization of goodwill. May amortization po ba ang goodwill? Meron po. Okay, meron po. So, admin cost. Admin cost natin ay 810,000. Or actually, yeah, sama na natin lahat, no? Including goodwill to, no? Dapat kasama ang goodwill kasi amortizable siya. Next, we have your research and development cost. I-amortize ba natin? Hindi po pwede. Diretso po yan, expense. Next po, foreign exchange loss on trade payable. This is a transaction gain or loss, not a translation. So, yung loss na yan, pwede pong i-report. Forex loss. Hindi po yan translation. This is a transaction po. So more on, ano na yun, yung knowledge nyo lang po sa paggawa ng income statement. Yun yung SME. No? Yun yung SME. Next, we have interest on bank loan and overdraft. Expense yan, malamang. Interest on bank loan natin, magkano po? That is 20,000 pesos. Next, meron tayong interest on finance lease. Siyempre, expense din yan. No? Possible naman mag-finance lease under SME. Okay, current tax expense, mamaya yan kapag na-compute na natin. Deferred tax benefit. Deferred tax benefit. So tandaan nyo, kapag magko-compute po tayo ng taxes, no? Kapag magko-compute tayo ng taxes, this is deferred or total income tax expense or your right? Add deferred tax asset less deferred tax liab equals your total taxable income multiplied by your tax rate and you get your current tax expense. Now, kapag pinagsama mo po itong dalawa, deferred tax asset minus deferred tax liab, this will equal to, ang tawag dyan is your total tax benefit or total deferred tax or tax benefit. Okay? Total deferred tax or tax benefit. Ako, teka, parang baliktad. Okay? Yan po yung pag-compute niyan. Makuha mo total deferred tax saka tax benefit. Anong problema, sir? Ano yung makikita nating problema dito, sir? Ang pinakita kasi ng problem is your deferred tax expense. Okay? So, diretso siya. Binigay ng problem ito, deferred tax expense. Itong amount. 270,000. Ang problema, ang deferred tax or yung total current tax expense po ay hindi expense. Ang current tax expense po ay liability. Kailangan natin makuha ang kanyang type or ite. Kaya bahala. Your type. However, hindi natin makuha, right? Hindi natin makuha. So, another translation of the formula can look like this. No? Wait, bakit deferred tax asset, deferred tax liability? Hindi, no? Hindi siya, ano, your total, tama, total income tax expense. Tapos, current tax expense na pala tayo diretso dito. Tama, hindi na pala type. Tapos, anong binigay ng problem? Tax benefit. Kapag tax benefit po, mas mataas po ang deferred tax asset. So, lagyan mo. Zero mo na lang to kapag ganun lumabas. So, work back to get your type. You get 280,000 as your total income tax expense. 200 income tax. 280,000. Siyempre, deduct yan. Pension. Okay, next. Dividends or E. Wala na. No? Okay, total po. Okay, 295. Tama ba yung ano? Net income, di ba? Profit for the year ended. Isa-isahin ko ulit. Baka nalito tayo. Dividend income, yes, add. Gain on disposal, yes, add. Distribution cost, deduct 175. Administrative cost, including goodwill, 810. Research and development cost, 70,000. Forex loss, okay, minus 30,000. Interest on bank loan. Interest on bank loan. Interest on bank loan. Interest on bank loan and overdraft, okay, 20,000. Finance lease interest, 5,000. A total income tax expense, 210,000. So that will be your profit for 2020. Ayun, may nakalimutan pa tayo, royalties. So royalties natin nasa 120,000. Other income kasi yan. So try natin isa-isa ulit. Okay, 415. Okay, 450.
Sir, yung type po, hindi po ba siya 260, sir?
Hindi ba 260? Oh, wait. 70. Ay, oo, may plus pala to, no? 260. Bakit nag-add? Ito mahirap kung nag-excel, no? 435. Letter A, no? So, yun. Ingatin kayo, no? Tulad ako, nahilo ako. Add yan. So, work back pataas minus to, no? Okay, mention lang sa akin kapag minaano ko kasi nag-excel ako, alt-tab, nahihilo mata ko. Okay? So, thank you. So, yan po yung sagot natin, letter A. Next question, what is the retained earning balance at December 31? So, add natin RE beginning. RE beginning natin is 2.1 million. Less natin dividends declared, which is 150,000 pesos. There was no distinction as to full PFRS and PFRS for SMEs pagdating po sa dividends and retained earning reporting. So, okay lang yan. So, RE end natin, plus. 2385. Letter B. Okay, next tayo. Okay, next. SME prepared the following post-closing trial balance on December 31, 2021. Okay. Buisit, no? Ang dami po. Ang dami. At normal po yung question pagdating po sa PFRS, or SMEs. And financial instrument, paboritong itanong dyan, no? Okay? Ano nga ba ang definition natin ng isang financial asset? Okay? A financial asset kasi is not a, it is an instrument or an asset that is easily convertible to cash or convertible into another instrument that is already easily convertible to cash. And financial asset din po ang cash. Okay? Financial asset din po ang cash. So wait lang guys, wait lang. Tubig lang ako, wait. Madalas tong tanong eh. Madalas na madalas. So maganda tong sagutan natin. Okay, sa pagka-classify po ng financial instrument, tatanungin lang po natin sarili natin. Madali ba itong ma-convert to cash? Yes or no? Okay? Pag hindi po sagot natin, hindi siya financial instrument. Nakakuha? Sige, check natin, no? First, let's go to property, plant, equipment. Madali ba maging pera to? Hindi po. Right? Kailangan mo pa ibenta para maging isang financial instrument. Since maging receivable po. No? So, no. No. Hindi po financial asset po to. Intangible asset po. Okay? Intangible assets. Ang intangible assets po, hindi po yan considered, no? Hindi po yan considered as an intangible asset. Okay? Hindi yan financial asset. Investment property, investment in associates. Okay? Is this considered a financial asset, right? Ay financial asset kasi, so ang investment, madali yan ma-convert to cash, no? Madali ma-convert to cash. Wait lang ha. Yan. Madali ma-convert to cash. So yes, investments, financial asset po ito. Problem number. Investment in ASO. Next tayo. Deferred tax asset. Hindi po yan financial instrument or financial asset. Okay? Wala pong kontrata kasi, no? Inventory, again, not easily transferable, so no. Trade receivable, yes. Ang trade receivable po ay financial asset. Bakit, sir? Kasi nga, this is a receivable that will be easily converted to cash. And what is the most liquid? What is the most liquid financial asset? Cash. Cash on hand. Financial asset. Okay? Next, investment in a non-putable ordinary share listed. Ano ba sabi ng standard? So balik tayo dito. Okay? Wala lang. This is only talking about the measurement. Pero, investment pa rin. Ang mga putable, considered pa rin siya as financial instrument. Okay? Financial instruments po ito. So magkano yan? Ito ay ordinary shares, putable OS, 550. Convertible shares, 500,000. Investment in term bonds. Yes. Magkano yan? 400,000. Demand deposits. Okay? Demand deposits or certificate of deposits. Yes. Loan and receivable. Yes. Okay? Loan receivables, ha? Receivables. 10,000. However, ano to, sir? Loan receivable from associate. Okay? From associate. Considered ba to or hindi? Actually, questionable to. Okay? Questionable. Bakit? Kasi ang associate po na umutang sa atin, check natin. SME, no? SME. And umutang po sa atin, hindi. Umutang sa atin yung ating associate, no? Is this a consolidated trial balance? Sagot, hindi. So dahil hindi siya consolidated trial balance, of course, we cannot say na hindi po siya mako-consider. So loan receivable. Total 4,810,000. Okay? Ko-consider din po natin itong dalawa. Now, mapapansin nyo po, lahat to either receivable, investment, or cash. Receivable, investment, cash. Okay? Receivable, investment, or cash. Demand deposit, cash yan. Bond, investment, cash yan. Convertible shares, cash yan. Ay, cash yan. Investments yan. So, investments, receivables, and cash are considered to be financial assets. Okay? Ano naman ang financial liability? What is the total amount of basic financial liability? Ngayon, ang purpose po ng isang financial liability, okay, or financial liab, isa po tong payable or utang. Payable or utang. So, tignan natin isa-isa ano-ano ba yung mga utang dito. So, in this, napapasok na natin halos lahat. Ang long-term employee benefits po, utang ba to? Hindi. Okay? Employee benefits, utang to eh, no? Okay? However, ang employee benefit kasi, hindi siya, kumbaga, hindi siya considered to be a, tawag dun? Hindi siya considered to be a financial liab in nature, no? Ano ba sabi ng standard? Okay? Wait lang ha. Wait lang. Maglalag. Okay. Okay. Let's start. Ano ba tayo? Employee. Okay na yan. Ano ba yung na-skip natin dito? Investment. Ito. Bank loan. Ang bank loan, financial liability, 1.1 million. Next, warranty obligation. This is a provision and not a financial liability. Rent payable. Okay? Rent payable. Naghanap ako dito, tinitignan ako dito eh. Okay? Trade payable. Ay, rent payable. Saan na ba ako? Obligation. Rent payable. Magkano yan? 10,000 pesos. Ano pa? Interest payable. 20,000 pesos. Current tax liab. Yes. Payable kasi yan. Tax payable. 210,000 pesos. Okay, next. Bank overdraft. Yes. Utang mo to sa bangko na dapat mong bayaran ng pera. Okay, ano pa? Ano pa pwede natin isama? Taas, trade payable. Finance lease. Yan. Finance lease liability yan, paid in cash yan. Okay? Other long-term employee benefits. Okay. This is paid in cash, no? Paid in cash. Magkano yan? So, total natin, okay? Ano pa ba kulang natin? Balikan natin ulit sa taas. On the investment as of, deferred tax, trade, cash, investment, loan, bank loan, pasok. Other long-term employee benefits, pasok. Obligation under finance lease, pasok. Trade payable. Trade payable. Okay. Trade payable. Sige. Warranty obligation, hindi kasama. Rent payable, kasama. Interest payable, kasama. Current tax liab, kasama. bank overdraft on demand kasama, wala natong dalawa. So ang tatatin pala is employee benefits. So nag-inquire ako actually, ngayon lang nag-reply yung kasama ko, no? Sabi niya, depende daw ang employee benefits. So for financial liability daw, ang employee benefit daw, long-term employee benefit, di daw kino-consider as financial liability kasi hindi siya immediately payable in cash. And that it requires the accrual of time and period. Okay? Okay, so with that, 2,330. Okay. Finance lease, ano yan? Layab yan. Binabayaran mo yan every year. Unlike sa employee benefits pala kasi is dapat para maging financial layab, determinable yung payment niya. Eh, ang employee benefits kasi medyo mahirap ma-determine kailan lalabas yung pera. Eh. So, hindi siya pwede daw ma-consider as hindi siya pwede ma-consider as ang tawag doon? Financial layab. However, ang employee, ang salaries payable po, financial layab. Ang salaries payable. But ang employee benefits daw, dahil undeterminable, bawal mo maklasify as financial liability. So, sagot natin, 2, 3, 30. Letter A. No? Okay, with that, we're now done with SME. No? Next topic, tax. Tapos sawang-sawa na kayo sa tax. Okay? Walang estudyanteng natutuwa sa tax. So, send ko lang tong file. Wait lang. Mabilis lang yung tax natin. Siguro 1 hour tapos yan. Sunod ang taxes. Ang mga buwis. May cover din pala natin bio-asset. Kaya cover na rin kaya natin yung bio-assets. Sige. Magbigay lang ng solution sa bio-asset, tapos gawa tayo example na rin. At least yung tax, medyo familiar na karamihan dito eh, no? So, one thing that we have to consider pagdating pala sa bio-assets, okay? Or agricultural produce. Ang mga bio-assets kasi, ito yung mga assets na, kumbaga, actual na ano, no? Hindi siya actual na, or hindi siya madaling i-accounting. Bakit, sir? Kasi ang mga bioasset, ito yung mga hayop-hayop. Okay, mga animals. So, just wait lang. Okay. Have tayo ng question dito, tapos isend ko sa inyo. So, isa sa pinaka-common na rule pagdating po sa bioasset po is that all bearer plants are considered to be property, plant, equipment. Okay? Bearer plants po. Ano ba yung mga alam natin pagdating po sa bioassets yan? Ang bioasset po, ito yung mga living, okay, living accounts or living assets. Example po, mga baboy. Tayo po ay farm company. And ang problema kasi dito, or yung question ng mga tao pagdating sa bioasset, how do you account for living creatures? Okay? How do you account for living creatures? So, let me just put a summary rin. Summary lecture. Excel tayo. Natin. Di pa naman nakashare screen na ba ako?
Wala pa po.
Wala pa. Okay. Wait lang. Oh. Okay. So, balik tayo, no? Biological assets. Bakit di pa rin ako nakashare screen? Teka lang. Theories importante sa bioasset. Kasi yung tinatanong sa Sipale. Theories. Theories. Excuse me. Okay, going back. Bioassets. So send lang mga dalawang questions. Okay na to. Basta makuha niyo yung format ng bioassets. Madali na lang yan. Okay. Agricultural activity. Okay. And pagdating sa agricultural activity, alam mo naman, mga farming. No? Farming. What makes this somewhat questionable, okay, when it comes to bioassets is, of course, the agricultural activity and its produce. No? And of course, the point of harvest. Ang agricultural activity, nagsisimula po yan sa isang biological asset. And the biological asset shall produce or produce, no? Gagawa yan ng isang produce. Ang agricultural produce po is also accounted differently and meron din tayong tinatawag na point of harvest. Ano-ano ba yung mga yon? Actually, isa-isahin ko na nga lang. Ano-ano yung mga yon? So let's first start with agricultural produce. It is the harvested product of a biological asset. Example ng mga biological assets natin, examples, mga oink-oink. Okay? Bakit pink? Okay, mga oink-oink. Mga puno. Ay, hindi mga puno, no? Mga vineries. Vines. Okay, mga vineyards. Okay? Ano pa? Ang apple tree, bawal ko pa makonsider yan as agricultural, no? Ang pig kasi, gumagawa ng ginagawa ng baboy. Carcass. Okay, yan yung agricultural produce niya. Ang vines, grapes. Okay? And meron din tayong transformation. Okay? Ang pag-transform ng product, carcass can be meat products. Kapag linagyan mo na yan ng direct labor overhead, pwede na po yung ma-transform into meat products. Ang vines, it can become wines, juices, oils, and other subcategories. Ano pa example natin ng isang ano? Sabihin natin mga manok. Ang produce niyan, either carcass o eggs. Transformation, eggs can become cakes. Okay? Fried chicken. Inasal. O kung ano man. Transformation. Tandaan nyo, a product transformed shall follow PAS number 2. Inventory na po siya. If the agricultural produce is still attached with the agricultural asset or the biological asset, it is still considered a biological asset. So kunwari, yung baboy, di mo pa kinukuha yung carcass, no? Baboy pa rin siya. Considered pa rin biological asset yung baboy. Pero kapag kinatay mo na po, dun pa lang siya nagiging produce. And yung produce, kapag kinuha mo na yan, pinitas mo na yan sa kanyang root, automatic po magta-transform yan to PAS number 2. Next is special mention of the bearer plants. Ang mga bearer plant, example po yan, mga trees. Okay? Apple tree. Iba po yan sa agricultural produce ng lumber tree, where the lumber tree shall produce lumber. And of course, magiging chairs and other use for lumber. While ang bearer plant po, very specific, will follow PAS number 16 classification, PPE po siya. Ito yung mga apple trees. The produce is the apple. However, apple trees are considered to be PPE. Mango trees, mga puno po. They are classified under PAS number 16 rather than the classification of biological asset. Bakit, sir? Hindi ko rin alam pero ginawa nila to. Okay? Hindi ko alam bakit gusto nila i-depreciate ang isang puno. Ang puno kasi matagal ang useful life. Bakit? No? Bakit? Pero, mga trip nila. No? So, yan, no? Biological assets. Now, ano ba requirement para ang isang asset ma-considered as a bearer plant? Okay? May mga requisites yan. Number 1, is used in the production process of agricultural produce. Number 2, is expected to bear produce for more than one period. And of course, has a remote likelihood of being sold. Okay? Hindi malaki ang chansang mabenta. Tignan nyo to. Kunwari, kaya po, ayan, nagets ko na. Kaya pala, no? Ngayon ko lang nalaman, kaya pala, nagigets ko ni logic ng standard. As I remember kasi, isa sa mga requirement pala niya is the remoteness of selling. Kasi ang mga tao, di ba? Kapag nagbebenta ka po ng katay na baboy at may baboy ka sa mga farm mo, possible na may mga tao bumibili ng baboy. Possible na may mga bumibili ng mga manok. Pero kapag kapag puno po, no, saan ka nakakita? Nagbebenta ng apple sa tindahan. Biglang may lalapit sa iyo, pabili ng puno. Gusto ko yung puno. Hindi pwede. So yes, tama. Kaya siya dineclassify as PAS number 16 kasi malaki ang likelihood na hindi mo ibebenta. Kasi ang PPE, maliit ang likelihood na ibenta. Okay? So yung mga bearer plants, I see how the standard thinks. Sabi ng standard, similar po yan sa PAS number 16 in substance. Kaya pala. No? Okay, going back. Initial recognition. Okay? Of bioasset. Okay? Shall recognize, okay, bioassets an organization should recognize bioassets or agricultural produce only when the organization controls the asset as a result of past events. It is probable that future economic benefits will flow to the enterprise and the fair value or cost of the asset can be measured reliably. Actually, this is common. Halos lahat ng assets sa inyo requirement, no? Reliably measured. Now, measurement. For bioassets, measured on initial recognition and at subsequent reporting dates at fair value less cost of disposal unless fair value cannot be reliably measured. Next, agricultural produce is measured. So iba-iba, no? Measured at fair value less cost of disposal at point of harvest. So yan, theories yan, no? Point of harvest ang agricultural produce. Next, the gain on initial recognition of bioassets at fair value and changes in fair value of bioasset during a period are reported in the P&L. So ito yung changes in fair value. If you remember, karamihan po ng changes in fair value is reported in your other comprehensive income. Exception po, biological assets. So pwede naman kayo mag-search kay Valix para sa problems nito. Pero bibigyan ko kayo ng shortcut para hindi kayo malito. Okay. Actually, gain or loss tayo. Hindi lang naman gain. Okay. Okay. Going back. Going back, point of sale cost tayo. Another concept. Ano-ano yung mga considered as POS, point of sale cost? Number one, commission to brokers and dealers. Okay. Levies, mga taxes. Levies or taxes by regulatory agencies and commodity exchanges. Number three, transfer taxes, which is a different type of tax, no? If you remember, may VAT, possible magka-VAT, right? Transfer taxes and duties. Minsan meron tayo, di ba, special rate for farm produce. Siyempre, iba rin yung transfer tax nun, right? Meron zero rated, meron other rate dependent. Kung naalala nyo, no? Yung sa mami ko pare, no? Yung mga ganun. Now, going back, point of sale cost does not include transport and other costs necessary to get the asset to a market. Okay? Hindi po considered siya as point of sale cost. So, that is now considered as a total expense. Okay? So, yan lang naman po. Yan lang naman yung parang importante sa biological asset. Now, for better understanding sa biological asset kasi, dapat marunong tayo mag-classify or classify. Marunong tayo mag-identify ng bioasset. Pero, sige. Mas mabuti na i-cover ko to kasi yung taxes naman, dali lang naman, kaya niya. Unless gusto niyo taxes, no? Unless gusto niyo i-revisit yung taxes. Kasi ulang oras natin, SME bioasset tax pala tayo. Ang dami, sobra. Okay, going back. Sige. Hanap lang ako ng bioasset, then i-cover natin. Okay. Yan. Ito, lagay tayo sa example. Sa example lang, okay na yan. Pare-pareho lang naman yung problem ng bioasset. Sa mag-alala. Okay, share screen. A herd of 100 two-year-old animals was held on January 1, 2021. 10 animals aged 2.5 years were purchased on July for 5.4. And 10 animals were born on July. No animals were sold or disposed during the period. Per unit per value estimated less cost of point of sale were as follows. So, completed na po lahat. Animal kailangan natin malaman to compute for the price change and the physical change. Okay? Price change and physical change. So, to understand, ito po. Kapag physical, DD. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin yan, sir? Physical. DD. December comparison. Okay? Kapag physical change. Kapag price change, okay, beginning to ending change. No? Changes in age. Nakuha. Itong December to December, comparison of age. So, paano yan? Paano yan ma-interpret siya? So, start natin yung problem. A herd of 102-year-old was held on January 1. Okay? So, yung ating beginning balance, 100 herd. So, Ilang taon yan? 2-year-old. So yung beginning balance natin, magkano? Okay? 100, 2-year-old. So yung total niyan, 100 multiplied by, magkano value niya? 5,000. Ito yung beginning balance natin. Okay, beginning balance po natin. Tapos, 10 animals age 2.5 were purchased on July 1 for 5.4 million pesos. Ay, 5.4 thousand pesos. Actually, mahal, ha? Kano to? Okay. And 10 animals were born on July. Okay? Lahat ng yan, mako-consider po as part of your physical change. Physical change. Okay. 2.5 animals were purchased for 5.4 thousand pesos. Ay, 5.4 pesos. Okay. This is July. July purchase. And July born. So, mako-consider yan as physical change. Sige natin dito. Magkano po? That is 10. 2.5. So, that's 2. Magkano? Ang July, ilan? 5.4, no? 5.4 times 10 ang nabili. Tapos, may nanganak. Newborn. Ang newborn, 3.5 times 10. Okay? Paano nakuha yung 3.5, sir? Pinanganak. Pinanganak ng July. Okay? No animals were sold or disposed of during the period. Per unit, per values are as follows. So, walang binenta, walang binili. Okay na. So, yan po yung ating total physical change. Okay, may pinanganak eh. Physical change siya. Acquisition, no? Dito. Okay? Ngayon, co-compute na po tayo ng physical change natin. So, paano physical change? Una, simula po tayo sa newborn. Newborn. Sa beginning natin. Sa beginning po, 2-year-old siya. So, that is December comparison. Okay? December. Ang titignan mo, December 2 years old at December 1 year na lumipas, 3 years old. Okay? December ang tingin. Nakukuha. So, magkano po? Ang titignan natin is 2 years old. That is 5,250. And December, that is 6,000. Total change. Okay. Total change. Actually, baliktad, no? Dapat nasa taas yung 3 years old. 1,005. Okay. Times number 100. Okay? So, 75,000 po yung total change natin as a gain. Gain. Ngayon, titignan naman natin yung physical change, okay, physical change ng binili natin. Okay? So ano yung mga binili natin? Una, we have, again, yung purchase. Ano ulit kapag purchase? December pa rin kasi physical change tayo. December. Ilang taon na po siya yung binili natin? Binili natin 2.5 nung July, ilang taon na siya ngayon? 3 years old na rin po. 3. So that will be 3 years old. In December, 2.5 years old. Okay? So yung 3 years old natin, 6,000. Yung 2.5 years old natin, magkano? That is 5,550. So magkano yung total physical change niya? Magtanong kayo kung nagtataka kayo sa ginagawa ko. Medyo nakakalito to pero may tips naman, no? December. Times 10 and that will be your total change. 4.5. Okay? Okay, 4.5. Then, we have the newborn. Ang newborn natin, magkano po? Sa December, ang newborn ay 3.6. Eh, teka. Tama ba? Tinig na. Oh, tama na. Newborn, December, kailan ba pinanganak to? Pinanganak siya ng July din, no? July. So yung December nating newborn, saan na yan? Ang December nating newborn, nasa na ba ako? Kanina pa. Ito, 3.6. No? December newborn. Tapos December, 0.5 years old. And December newborn. Magkano po yung 0.5 natin? 4,000. Newborn natin, magkano? Newborn natin is 3.6. So magkano po yung total change niya? 400. Multiply ng 10 kasi 10 po. 4,000. So kapag tinotal natin, kaya importanteng hinihiwalay mo yung physical change or acquisition. Okay? Kasi ang newborn, ina-add po diretso sa formula. So magkano po yung total physical change natin? For 5. Tama to? Tama natin yung pinanganak. 118,500. That is your physical change. Okay? Next, price change. Okay? Price change naman titignan natin. So, ang ginagawa natin for price change, wala po tayong iuusog. Wala po tayong iuusog. Okay? Teka. Actually, baka malito kayo dyan, no? Newborn included in physical. Okay, for price change, ang tingin mo, beginning at dulo, pero hindi magbabago po yung edad. So simula muna tayo sa starting heifers natin. Una, magkano po? We have the 100. The beginning. So, ang tingin mo, December, 2 years old, at January, 2 years old. Okay? That is for the price change. December, 2 years old, at January, 2 years old. So, magkano yan? So, that is, yung 2 years old natin, that was 5,000. Magkano na yung 2 years old ngayon? Ang 2 years old ay 5,250. So, hindi gagalaw yung edad. Okay? Dapat kung 2 siya sa comparison sa price change. Multiply by 100, yan na po, 25,000. Next, meron tayong acquired. Yung acquired natin, ilang taon na nakuha? Nakuha natin ng December. Okay? Ay, July. So magkano siya nung July? So, 2.5. Okay, July, 2.5. Tapos, ko-compare mo yan sa December, 2.5 years old pa rin. Okay? So, December 2.5, magkano? 5,550. Ang 2.5 July natin, magkano? 5,4. So, ilan po yan? 150 multiplied by 10, that is 1.5. Gain. Puro gain, no? Then, meron din tayo newborn. Bagong kalabasa. So, newborn, July, newborn, July. December, newborn, magkano po? Okay. Dito may newborn tayo dito. 3.6. Okay? 3.6. Tapos, July, newborn. Magkano siya nung July? So, yung newborn nung July is 3.5. Compare. Nag-increase ulit ng 100. Multiply mo po ng 10. Ayun na po. And we can get your total price change. Add. Okay, may format lang kayong susundan, no? 27,500. 27,500. May susundan lang kayong format and kapag nasunod nyo na po, ang dali lang po ng bioasset. Okay? Basta ang tip ko, kapag physical, December. Okay? December. Bakit, sir? Ang December, kapag December, hindi po gagalaw yung ano. Anyway, kung physical, gagalaw yung edad. Pero, comparison, December to December. Ang price change, hindi gagalaw yung edad, pero ang comparison, start to end. Okay? And to get the fair value change, physical, magkano physical natin? That was 118,500 and yung price, that is 27,500. We get a total fair value change. Plus lang to, no? 146. Okay? Pero, huwag kakalimutan. Okay? Tinanong kasi what is the fair value of the biological asset at year end. Okay? What is the fair value of the biological asset at year end? Siyempre, year end measurement na po tayo lahat. Okay? Year end measurement. So, ganito yan. Ano yan? So, una, ilan na ba yung ating 3 years old, no? 3 years old. Ang 3 years old natin, that is 1,110 kalabasa na kalabaw. Bakit, sir? Kasi nadagdag yung 10 binili natin. Magkano na yung December value ng 3 years old? 6,000 pesos. Okay, multiplied by 6,000. Tapos, ilan na po ang ating 0.5 years old sa December? 0.5 years old natin is 4,000. 4,000 multiplied by 10. Okay? Ending balance natin is around 700,000 pesos, letter C. Okay? Letter C. Dali lang, di ba? Ngayon, pwede rin natin i-compare yung beginning balance. Magkano ba beginning balance natin? So yung beginning balance po natin is around, saan ba yun? 500,000 pesos. Okay? Beginning balance is 500,000 pesos. So yung total change is actually, kapag kinompare po natin, 200,000 pesos. No? Total increase pala. 200,000 pesos yung increase. Eh yung fair value change natin, sir, ay 146 lang po. Okay? 146 yung fair value change. Paano mo naman nakuha yon? Okay? So ang gagawin mo, kita mo to, na-purchase natin na 54. Di ba hindi yan kasama sa formula? Tanggalin mo yan. Less purchase, and you will get your fair value change. Ang pinurchase natin 54K, di ba? Deduct mo po. Ayan. Fair value change ka diretso. Okay, diretsong 146 fair value change makukuha po natin kapag po, okay, kapag po gusto mong shortcut ang fair value change. However, bibihira po itanong yung fair value change. Madalas po, physical, price, then fair value. Okay? So yan po yung bioassets natin na pinaka-importanting formula. May questions pa ba kayo? Parang sabaw na karamihan, no? Nagsialisa na marami. Okay, okay pa ba kayo, guys? Okay pa, no?
Kaya pa sir.
Tatalon pa tayo isang topic, pero formula na lang bibigay ko. Okay, kontakin nyo na lang ako kung gusto nyo mag-practice. Okay, kasi medyo kulang na yung oras, tsaka 20 minutes, halos di ko na ma-cover yung tax system. Pero going back sa taxes po, no? Accounting for income tax, tandaan po natin that the BIR and GAAP are not constantly reconciling. Thus, it demands what? It demands the reconciliation. Diyan papasok yung accounting for income tax. Now, here is the total formula po for accounting for income tax, and I think naturo ko na sa karamihan dito. So baka pa ulit-ulit na. Pero yung accounting for income tax po will follow said formula. We will have, number 1, your accounting income. Ang accounting income will follow the requirements of GAAP when it comes to its reporting. GAAP. Now, GAAP po means that the accrual basis of accounting is followed. And the BIR does not follow the accrual basis on a 100% basis. The BIR will follow what they want. Nakukuha. And kailangan natin magbawas. At paano yan? Magdadagdag tayo at magbabawas tayo. Una, we deduct. We add a non-deductible. Okay? Non-deductible difference. Mamaya explain ko ano yan. Ang non-deductible difference are expenses that are allowed in accounting, but disallowed as to BIR purposes. Okay? Disallowed for BIR purposes. Yan yung non-deductible difference. Actually, uso po pa konti. Okay? Example, impairment of goodwill. Para kay BIR, impairment of goodwill po is not going to be considered as an expense and thus disallowed. Ano ba yung pinaka-importanting dapat malaman natin pag sinasabing disallowed? Okay? It means thus said expenses or additions to income. Kasi kapag sinabi ko ng deductible, hindi po ibig sabihin deduct talaga. It means talaga yung net effect niya dagdag sa taxable income po natin. So kapag sinabi, these are expenses or increases to income that are allowed in accounting but disallowed as to BIR purposes, thus said expense or additions to income are permanently non-reconcilable Okay? Permanently non-reconcilable. These are impairment of goodwill. These are sales or gain on sale of capital asset. Gain on sale ba? Hindi, no? These are, ano pa pwede ilagay? These are payment or premiums of interest insurance. Okay? Premiums of insurance, syempre note natin, the beneficiary would be the organization. Kapag empleyado po ang beneficiary ng ating insurance, it's considered as employee benefits. Next, actually pangatlo, no, magic rule, tatlo lagi. Ano pa ba ang ating disallowed non-deductible permanent difference? Non-deductible permanent. Non-deductible permanent difference. Ano-ano pa ba ang ating mga permanent difference? We have your premium of insurance. We have your impairment of goodwill. Ano pa ba? Ito. Yung penalties imposed by the BIR. Ang penalty po, non-deductible po yan. Okay? So, yan yun. Next, we have your, ano pa ba? We have your less non-deductible permanent difference. Also known as NDPD. Then you deduct your non-taxable permanent difference. Also known as your NTPD. Ano naman po yan? Ano naman po ang non-taxable permanent difference? Ang non-taxable permanent difference, these are revenues or deductions to income. Okay? Wait lang ha. Or revenues kabaguhin ko lang to. Expenses or activities resulting to be taxable. Then, ang non-taxable permanent difference naman po, these are revenues or deductions to income. Okay? That are not considered to be taxed due to different tax rate. Non-taxable nature. Or, okay, revenues unrecognized by the BIR and will never reconcile. Examples po, we have interest in bank. This would be already subject to a 20% final withholding tax. We have your dividends from local corporation subject to a preferential zero-rated tax rate due to tax code. We have your, ano ba? Yung mga non-taxable revenue. Dividends from local corporation, interest in banks, ano ba? Yan, proceeds from life insurance. The BIR will not deduct the premium and thus would not recognize the proceeds upon exhaustion of the policy. Diba kapag insurance po at nakatanggap po yung korporasyon, hindi po taxable yung matatanggap nilang pera. Nakukuha? Now, kapag dineduct mo po yan, lalabas po yung ating income subject to income tax. And same concept, add deductible temporary difference, also known as your NDTD, less your non-taxable temporary difference, and you will get your taxable income. Nakukuha? Ngayon, expand pa natin. Once multiplied by the enacted tax rate, okay? Once multiplied by the applicable tax rate, the accounts will change their application. Multiplied by tax rate ngayon, inote nyo po, multiply by tax rate or future enacted tax rate. Okay? So, i-check ko lang dito. Lalagyan ko ng X, ha? Multiply. Wala. Multiply. Ito po, future current tax rate. Ito yung different, ha? Non-deductible temporary difference, ito po ay masasubject po sa future enacted at future enacted din po. Pero ang taxable income at yung income subject to tax, pareho po yung current tax rate po. Ngayon, kapag minultiply mo po ang income subject to income tax ng tax rate, lalabas po yung ang tinatawag nating parte na nagsisimula sa letter T, total income tax expense. Tapos, ito para hindi kayo malito, sundan nyo format ko. Okay? Sundan nyo format ko para hindi po kayo malito. Nakukuha? Nakikita nyo yung format ko, nagsisimula sa add. So, add asset. Deferred tax asset pag na-multiply. Ito, pansinin nyo, deduct. Di, layab, deferred tax layab. Baba. Okay, baba sa formula. Siyempre, less to, negative pa rin to, no? Makukuha mo po yung current tax expense. Note nyo po, which is a liability. Okay, liability po ang current tax rate po natin. Now, marami po magtataka sa formula. Medyo mahirapan kayo, lalo na kapag nagsa-start pa lang kayo. Ang tip ko sa formula na to, very easy tip. Sa formula po na to, ano po, di ba? Lagi kayong magsisimula sa permanent differences. Counting income, simula sa permanent. Ngayon, sa permanent difference po, ano po ang unang letra na sa alphabet? Letter P or letter T? Letter P. Kaya sa taas lagi yung permanent difference. Tapos, susunod yung letter T, temporary. Kaya nasa baba siya sa formula. Tapos, sa formula mo sa baba, okay, anong una sa alphabet? Asset or layab? Or A or L? Letter A. Kaya alam mo, ina-add mo is deferred tax asset. Tapos sa baba, yung kabaliktaran na lang niya, deferred tax layab. And you can memorize the formula with just one look. And you can get your current tax expense. Tandaan, it's a liability. Note pa, note that deferred tax asset can never be offsetted with your deferred tax layab. It is against the rules of the GAAP. Nakukuha? It is against the rules of GAAP to deduct deferred tax asset and deferred tax layab. Bakit siya? Because the two accounts have different purpose, different nature, and different accounting applications. So you cannot deduct deferred tax asset and deferred tax layab. However, kapag dineduct mo for notes to financial statement purposes, ang classification niya is deferred tax benefit kapag asset and deferred tax kapag layab. Okay? So hindi ko na ma-cover din to lahat-lahat, no? So if ever po may mga tanong kayo after class, no? Accessible naman ako. So if meron kayong mga questions po, pwede naman ako ma-chat. Okay? Or i-notify nyo yung friend nyo na nag-chat sa akin. Pare, meron sa inyo sa friend list ko or na-replyan ko na before. Minsan kasi nakakalimutan ko mag-reply. A whole lot, no? Sobrang dalas. Pero yun, kapag hindi ako nag-reply agad-agad, pwede kayong mag-chat sa friend nyo na sabihin, sir, nag-chat. Marami naman ako dito na sa friend list. So if ever may question kayo, pwede nyo ako tanungin, lalo na sa taxes. Pwede nyo ako tanungin, then pwede natin i-clarify. Ang gagamitin nyo po is Valix, try nyo magsagot. And gamitin nyo formula ko, never kayong magkakaproblema. Okay? Never kayong magkakaproblema. Pero syempre, pag-aralan nyo po yung classification ng permanent and temporary. Okay? Permanent and temporary. So, bibigyan ko naman din kayo ng tips pala. No? Forgot. Okay, before ko i-save, ilagay ko pa pala yung tips natin sa temporary. Discussion natin sa temporary difference. Temporary or deferred, non-deductible temporary difference. Yan. These are expenses or activities that result to an increase in income or taxable income. Actually, mas ganda yung definition. These are expenses not taxable currently as to the rules of the BIR or activities that result to an increase in taxable income. Okay? Kasi hindi po porket non-deductible, expense agad iisipin nyo. Iisipin nyo yung effect. Mag-i-increase ba yung income or hindi? Best example po is yung depreciation. Okay? Ang depreciation po kasi, possible po siya maging non-deductible temporary difference. Okay? Possible po maging non-deductible temporary difference yun. Possible po kasi there are different tax rates. Then your NTPB or your non-taxable temporary difference, these are revenues, okay, not taxable currently as to the rules of the BIR. Teka, baguhin ko to. Kaysa taxable, not deductible. Okay? And these are revenues not taxable currently as to the rules of the BIR. And, okay? So kung kabila, increase ito, and decreases to revenue or to taxable income. Ayan. Bakit, sir? Example po, depreciation. Okay? Bakit and for activities that result to a decrease to taxable income. Yan. Example po, yung depreciation. Ang depreciation kasi ng BIR laging mas mataas kaysa sa GAAP. So dahil mas mataas ang depreciation ng BIR, okay? Okay? Yung BIR kasi mas mataas yung depreciation expense. So ang resulta niyan, laging bababa yung net income mo. So kapag bumaba, non-taxable difference siya. Pero yung depreciation expense is an expense. Okay? Yung depreciation difference po, mapapansin nyo, nasa NTTD siya rather than the NDTD. Bakit? Kasi ang resulta niya, decrease in your taxable income. Kaya ganun po. No? Okay, with that, tapos na po oras natin. Kulang ko na dami. Dami ko na lecture ngayon, patalon-talon ako, nahilo ako. Okay, with that, may tanong pa ba tayo before I end the session? Magpa-finals na po, no? Magpa-finals na. 15, 16. Okay, wala na? Okay, if you don't have any more questions, guys, thank you so much for attending. Good luck. Class dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.